Okay, so this is another video for the multi-camera unit. In this particular video, I would like to talk about the pre-recorded chat show. So obviously it is recorded live in a multi-camera setup in a studio in front of a live audience, almost certainly. But they're not necessarily always broadcast live. They may well be every so often as perhaps a special, maybe an opportunity for a unique selling point on maybe an anniversary or maybe a large event, perhaps Christmas or New Year. But usually they are pre-recorded a couple of days earlier. In fact, you can notice that that is the case because they often, the guests in particular, often forget that, and they refer to having went to the premiere earlier today or later to tomorrow, and the host usually corrects them saying, "Oh, actually, remember we're recording this another day." And it's kind of like an unwritten joke that we kind of all know that they're pre-recorded. And then broadcast perhaps in a prime time slot after some editing later on that weekend. So obviously we're talking about chat shows. Usually the chat show is named after the chat show host. So the Graham Norton Show, Ellen, Oprah, Jonathan Ross, Jimmy Fallon, the Late Late Show with James Corden. So the name of the star who is presenting the show is usually in the name of the product, and it's known as the Somebody Show. These presenters are stars unto themselves. The stars that they get on the show is always a A-list celebrity, both of which offer personal identity. So you might watch the Graham Norton Show because Graham Norton is your favourite chat show host. It might not matter to you who's on it, as long as Graham Norton's on it. Vice versa, we have a situation where you might not particularly like Graham Norton, but if you know, for example, I don't know, Tom Cruise is going to be on that night and you like Tom Cruise, then perhaps you might watch the show for that reason. So personal identity is massive when we talk about this, the gratification of personal identity. You will watch this show because there is somebody on the show that you relate to, and that is why you watch it. Okay. The star power has its own degree of hierarchy for the guests. The most important high-profile guest is sitting closest to the main presenter. They may even be brought out on their own as their own top billing, perhaps. And then they will follow a Q&A style interview. Okay. Perhaps the A-lister will get a larger portion of that Q&A. Sometimes they might just book one guest, and that whole show is for them. And there will hopefully be, for the star, some sort of opportunity to plug whatever it is that they're promoting that week. Perhaps their latest film, their latest album, their latest book. And there will be an opportunity for a trailer to be shown, which will be a VT, a pre-recorded VT that the Vision Mixer will press play on as soon as the host says, "Oh, I think we've got a VT, can we play that now?" And then that will get queued up and it will be part of the running order. There will be a live audience. There will usually be some sort of interaction and light-hearted humour. And on the sofa, there will be multiple guests as well. So sometimes they'll mingle, they'll talk, they'll have anecdotes. They may even meet prior to the show in the green room and say, "Oh, I was just talking in the green room, blah, blah." And it sets up this kind of conversation, which is supposed to come across as quite natural. The viral sketch is used often in a chat show to attract social media audiences. Will Smith is very good at this. Graham Norton himself is very good at this. James Corden has almost made a career out of this with Carpool Karaoke and the spin-off show as well. And I've got a couple of clips we'll watch in a second. I'll come back to these points. I just want to touch down on some of the others before I do that. Many American chat show hosts have their own YouTube channel where the video clips are played again, or perhaps they might have additional behind-the-scenes footage. This is also great for personal identity because you can follow the chat show host as if you would follow a YouTuber that you subscribe to, and that will also help with personal identity. And it wouldn't happen without star power. If you didn't have a loyal, passionate audience who follow you and everything that you do and your whole body of work, then that wouldn't be such a powerful thing for the chat show host to take advantage of. Sometimes James Corden in particular may take advantage of political issues, and they might open the show with some sort of monologue, perhaps about an issue that might be trending that week. American chat shows are very political about their own political landscape and Trump and their upcoming election, etc. James Corden in particular has in the past had monologues on race issues and sexuality and Black Lives Matter, etc. So that will perhaps be something you might want to touch upon. and an opportunity for risk in this situation, in the chat show environment. There is always the risk that you get a bad guest. There's perhaps a convention on British chat shows that when American celebrities come onto the chat show alongside a British star, they often make the joke that, oh, I don't understand a word you're saying, even though you're speaking English in an accent that perhaps I've made no attempt to try and listen to. And that's kind of like the arrogant American celebrity persona that perhaps you sometimes see. And for every incident where that occurs, there's still your bubbly, outgoing American celebrity, perhaps like Will Smith and Tom Cruise, who come on and know very well how to warm to a British audience as well. Perhaps another chat show host alongside, or maybe he's airing on a separate channel at the same time, perhaps can't get the A-listers if they're already booked. That might only leave B-list or C-list celebrities, and that show might not have quite as an attractive billing that week if Tom Cruise and all of his co-stars, or perhaps all of the Avengers, are on Graham Norton. Jonathan Ross is suddenly thinking, who am I going to put on my chat show? Okay, so that might be something to refer to as well. That hierarchy of star power only goes so far. If there's no stars around, then you can't have any stars on your show. There is certainly too much competition in this market. Not necessarily in the British market. We've pretty much only really got Graham Norton, Jonathan Ross, every so often Alan Carr. But perhaps in the American market, there is any number of chat show hosts. There's at least 3 called Jimmy for a start. So that might be something to mention as a form of evaluation. I'm going to come back to this sketch. Okay, I'm very quickly going to play the start of 2 clips. This was the first time Will Smith went onto Graham Norton. So I'll play it very quickly.
Including me. So, okay. Let me hand this over. Oh, jeez. This is your penny.
Notice the surprise that this was happening. Oh, I didn't know this was going to happen. There just so happens to be a piano here. They're keeping up the impression that it was accidental and this was organic and it just happened. Obviously, both knew it was going to happen. It was in the script because they'll have rehearsed it. And the piano wasn't just sitting there for no reason. Okay, so you get the point. I'll let you watch that if you want to. It was very well received on social media. It does have 23 million views now, but at the time, this is a video that's almost 8 years old. At the time, I think it peaked at 8 million over the weekend that it appeared on social media. The next time Will Smith went on to Graham Norton, there was a follow-up, almost a sequel. I don't think my screen's going to catch up, so apologies. For that, let's close that one and see if this will refresh. So the next time he went on to Graham Norton, he acknowledged the success of the previous video, okay? And they did a bit of a sequel in terms of these viral marketing stunts, okay? So we'll watch this a little bit. I'll maybe skip, perhaps. Here you go. So again, oh, we just so happen to have some microphones here. Oh, do you? That's a surprise. And again, something that's meant to appear as organic and natural was obviously scripted and rehearsed prior. It does evolve a little bit because Will Smith himself, if I can skip to that bit, Will Smith then goes on to refer to the last time he was here. Again, Graham Norton's like, no, I didn't see that coming, even though he was clearly standing there all along, ready and waiting, okay? It goes on a little bit further to the degree where the facade of Graham Norton not knowing this was going to happen is all the more ridiculous, considering he joins into the routine later on himself when Alfonso turns up. Okay, so my point being that they know what they're doing with these viral sketches. They are doing them on purpose. There's no shame there. We will obviously look at instances where we can do our own viral sketches, perhaps if we can afford to do them successfully. But that is an opportunity for evaluation. What if the viral sketch backfires? What if it doesn't work? What if people don't find it funny? What if people start getting wise and think, well, I know you're doing this on purpose. That's obviously not an organic accident that happened. It was in the script. I can see through it. I'm not going to laugh. I'm not going to engage with this accidental, organic, viral, spontaneous sketch that you've just constructed. Okay, so that's a good opportunity for evaluation as well. But they do it on purpose. They know they're going to go viral later on. They know they're going to trend. But obviously also it's a form of time shifting, because they know you can watch this whenever you want. You can watch it. I mean, I've watched that YouTube video, both of yours YouTube videos, perhaps at least once or twice a year since it happened. People are going to watch them again and again and again. So it's a form of viral marketing. It's a form of time shifting. It's free publicity. It's usually successful. And again, you're looking at 28. I think that second video has 88 million views. It has 88 million views on YouTube for that clip. So it's spending that good publicity over and over and over again. I'll leave it there. Okay, so thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I'll see you next time.